stop scrolling right now. I need to talk about a book that has completely taken over the internet. A book that readers are calling the next big thing in romantasy. A book that has people staying up until 3 in the morning because they physically cannot put it down. The name is Quicksilver by Callie Hart. And this is not just another Fae romance. This is not just another book with a pretty cover and a brooding male lead. This book has something different, something dangerous, something that gets inside your head and does not leave. BookTok is losing its mind over this book. Goodreads reviews are exploding. Readers who finished it at 2 a.m. are posting videos crying into their cameras saying they have never felt this way about a fictional character before. The fan art is everywhere. The edits are everywhere, the theories are everywhere. And the wait for the next book is genuinely causing people emotional distress. So what is it about Quicksilver that has the entire reading community absolutely unhinged? Why are people comparing it to ACOTAR and Fourth Wing in the same breath? Why are readers tattooing quotes from this book on their bodies? Today, I am going to break this entire book down for you. The story, the characters, the magic system, the romance, the spice, the emotional devastation, everything. No major spoilers, just pure analysis. Let us get into it. Quicksilver is the first book in the Fae Alchemy Series by Callie Hart. It was originally self-published, and it blew up completely through word of mouth. No massive publisher push. No celebrity endorsement. Just readers telling other readers you need to read this book right now. That is how powerful this story is. The story follows a young woman named Saeris. And right from the beginning, you realize Saeris is not your typical fantasy heroine. She is not a princess. She is not a chosen one sitting in a castle waiting for destiny to knock on her door. She is a blacksmith. She works in a forge. She shapes metal with her bare hands. She sweats. She bleeds. She works harder than anyone around her, and she has been doing this her entire life just to survive. But Saeris has a secret, a dangerous secret. She has the ability to manipulate metal in ways that should not be possible. She can feel the metal. She can hear it. She can bend it to her will. In a world where this kind of power was supposed to be extinct, Saeris is the only known alchemist alive. And that makes her the most valuable and the most hunted person in existence. Her life changes completely when she is pulled into a world she never knew existed. A world of Fae courts and ancient vampires and political games that have been playing out for centuries. A world where everyone wants something from her. A world where trust is a luxury she cannot afford. And a world where a mysterious and infuriatingly arrogant male named Kingfisher walks into her life and turns everything upside down. This is not a simple love story. This is a story about power, about survival, about discovering who you truly are when the entire world is trying to use you for what you can do. Let me break down these characters because this is where Callie Hart truly shines as a writer. The characters in Quicksilver are not just names on a page. They feel like real people. They have depth, they have flaws, they have trauma, and they have moments that will make you laugh, cry, and scream at your book all in the same chapter.
Saeris is one of the best-written female leads in recent romantasy. She is not strong in the way that fantasy books usually portray strong women. She is not swinging swords and delivering one-liners every 5 seconds. Her strength is quieter than that.
It is deeper. She has survived a brutal life. She has been alone for most of it. She has learned to depend on nobody but herself, and she carries that weight in everything she does. What makes Saeris special is her complexity. She is tough, but she is also vulnerable. She is independent, but she also craves connection. She pushes people away because she has been hurt before. She does not trust easily. And when she finally does start to let someone in, it feels earned. It feels real. You root for her not because she is perfect, but because she is human in a world full of immortal beings. Now let us talk about Kingfisher. And I need you to prepare yourself because this character has ruined the standard for fictional men everywhere. Kingfisher is the definition of a morally gray male lead. He is not a hero. He is not a villain. He exists somewhere in between, and that is exactly what makes him so compelling. He is dangerous. That is the first thing you notice about him. There is an energy around him that says, "Do not come closer." He is powerful in ways that are not immediately obvious. He is calculating. He is strategic. He plays the long game. And underneath all of that coldness and mystery, there is something else. Something broken. Something wounded. Something that Saeris sees before anyone else does. The dynamic between Saeris and Kingfisher is what drives this entire book. They do not like each other at first. They do not trust each other. They are forced together by circumstance. And every single interaction between them crackles with tension. You can feel the chemistry through the pages. You can feel the push and pull, the wanting but not admitting, the protecting while pretending not to care. And then there are the side characters. Carrion Swift is a fan favorite for good reason. He brings humor and warmth to a story that can get very dark. His loyalty to Saeris is beautiful. He is the kind of character who makes you smile every time he appears on the page. Ren and Loreth also add layers to the story. The friendships in this book are just as important as the romance. The found family element is strong, and it adds so much emotional weight to every scene. Now let us get into the romance, because this is the #1 reason Quicksilver has gone viral. And I need to explain why this romance is different from every other romantasy romance out there right now. First of all, this is a slow burn. And when I say slow burn, I mean genuinely slow. This is not a book where the characters hate each other for 2 chapters and then suddenly cannot keep their hands off each other. No. Callie Hart takes her time. She builds the tension brick by brick, layer by layer, look by look, touch by touch. And by the time anything actually happens between Saeris and Kingfisher, you are so invested that it hits you like a freight train. The relationship starts with pure mistrust. Saeris does not know who Kingfisher is. She does not know what he wants. She does not know if he is an ally or a threat. And Kingfisher is not exactly forthcoming with information. He is secretive. He is evasive. He gives her just enough to keep her guessing. And that creates a tension that is absolutely electric. What really makes this romance work is the banter. The dialogue between Saeris and Kingfisher is sharp, witty, and loaded with subtext. Every conversation feels like a chess match. They are testing each other, challenging each other, trying to figure each other out without giving too much of themselves away. And underneath every sarcastic comment and every heated argument, there is a growing awareness, a growing attraction, a growing need that neither of them wants to admit. The vulnerability moments are what truly break you, because both of these characters have walls. Both of them have been hurt. Both of them are terrified of letting someone in. And when those walls start to crack, when you see them let their guard down for just a moment, it is devastating in the best possible way. You feel every emotion. You feel the fear of being vulnerable. You feel the relief of being seen. You feel the terror of caring about someone in a world where caring about someone can get you killed. And yes, let us talk about the spice, because people want to know. Quicksilver has approximately 5 spicy scenes. The spice level is around 4 out of 5. But what makes the spice work is that it does not feel random. It does not feel thrown in for shock value. Every intimate scene is earned. It is the culmination of chapters and chapters of tension and longing and emotional connection. The physical chemistry is incredible, but it is grounded in emotional chemistry, and that is why readers are losing their minds over it. Now let me talk about the world building, because this is where Quicksilver truly separates itself from every other romantasy book on the market right now. Most romantasy books have similar magic systems, elemental powers, inherited abilities, magical bloodlines, and there is nothing wrong with that. But Quicksilver does something completely different. The magic in Quicksilver is based on alchemy, and specifically it is based on metalwork and forging. Saeris is a blacksmith. Her magic is not about throwing fireballs or controlling the wind. Her magic is about shaping metal, about feeling the properties of different metals, about understanding their strengths and weaknesses, about creating weapons and tools and objects that have magical properties woven into their very structure. This is genuinely one of the most original magic systems I have come across in modern fantasy. It feels tactile. It feels grounded. When Saeris works at her forge, you can almost feel the heat. You can almost hear the hammer striking the anvil. You can almost smell the molten metal. Callie Hart writes the forging scenes with such detail and such passion that you understand why Saeris loves what she does. It is not just magic. It is craft. It is art. It is creation. And then there is the Quicksilver itself, the magical metal that gives the book its name. The Quicksilver is not just a substance. It has a consciousness. It has a voice. It speaks to Saeris inside her mind. It guides her. It warns her. It sometimes terrifies her. The relationship between Saeris and the Quicksilver is one of the most fascinating elements of the book. It adds an element of psychological horror to the fantasy. You are never quite sure if the Quicksilver is helping Saeris or manipulating her, and that ambiguity keeps you on edge throughout the entire book. The broader world is equally compelling. There are Fae courts with complex political structures. There are vampires who are not the romanticized kind, but genuinely terrifying predators. There are ancient gods whose influence still shapes the world. There are power struggles and alliances and betrayals that have been playing out for centuries. And Saeris is dropped right into the middle of all of it, with no preparation and no understanding of the rules. What I appreciate about the world building is that it does not overwhelm you. Callie Hart reveals information gradually. She lets you discover the world alongside Saeris. You learn things when Saeris learns them. You are confused when she is confused. You are shocked when she is shocked. And that creates an immersive reading experience that makes you feel like you are living the story rather than just reading it. Now I need to talk about something that a lot of reviews mention but do not fully explain. The emotional depth of Quicksilver. Because yes, this book has romance. Yes, it has magic. Yes, it has action. But underneath all of that, there are themes that hit incredibly hard. The first theme is isolation. Saeris has been alone for most of her life. She has learned to survive without anyone. She has built walls around herself that are almost impossible to break through. And when you read her internal thoughts, you feel that loneliness. You feel the weight of years spent with nobody to rely on, nobody to talk to, nobody who cares whether she lives or dies. And that loneliness makes every connection she forms in the book feel precious. Every friendship, every moment of trust, every small act of kindness. It all means more because you know how starved she has been for human connection. The second theme is identity. Saeris does not know who she truly is. She does not understand her power. She does not know her history. She does not know why she is the only alchemist alive. And throughout the book, she is forced to confront these questions. She is forced to dig into a past that has been hidden from her. And what she discovers changes everything she thought she knew about herself. The third theme is found family. This is a big one for BookTok, and for good reason. Saeris starts the book completely alone. But as the story progresses, she finds people who genuinely care about her. People who fight for her. People who protect her, not because of what she can do, but because of who she is. And watching Saeris slowly learn to accept love and friendship after a lifetime of isolation is one of the most beautiful and heartbreaking journeys in the book. The fourth theme is trauma and healing. Both Saeris and Kingfisher carry deep wounds. They have both been through things that have shaped them in fundamental ways. And the book does not shy away from exploring how trauma affects people, how it changes the way you think, how it changes the way you love, how it changes the way you see yourself. And watching these characters slowly heal, not through some magical cure, but through genuine human connection and vulnerability, is incredibly powerful. So let me break down exactly why BookTok has made Quicksilver one of the most talked about books of the year. Because it is not just one thing. It is a combination of factors that have created a perfect storm of viral obsession. The first factor is relatability. Saeris is a character that readers see themselves in. She is not perfect. She is not untouchable. She struggles. She doubts herself. She makes mistakes. And that makes her real. Readers connect with her on a deeply personal level. The second factor is Kingfisher. Let us be honest. BookTok loves a morally grey male lead. And Kingfisher is one of the best examples of this trope in recent years. He is not just dark and mysterious for the sake of it. His darkness has depth, his mystery has layers, and his moments of vulnerability have destroyed thousands of readers emotionally. The third factor is the originality. In a market saturated with Fae romances and Dragon Rider academies, Quicksilver stands out because of its alchemy-based magic system. A blacksmith heroine is rare, a forging-based magic system is rare, and readers are hungry for something new. Quicksilver delivers that. The fourth factor is the pacing. This book moves. It does not waste time with filler chapters or unnecessary subplots. Every chapter serves a purpose. Every scene advances the story or deepens a character, and that tight pacing makes it incredibly addictive. Readers consistently say they finished this book in 1 or 2 sittings because they could not stop. The fifth factor is the emotional payoff. BookTok loves books that make you feel something. Books that make you cry. Books that make you scream. Books that make you throw your Kindle across the room and then immediately pick it up because you need to know what happens next. Quicksilver does all of that. The emotional highs are incredible. The emotional lows are devastating. And the ending leaves you genuinely shaken. The sixth factor is community. The Quicksilver fandom is growing rapidly. Readers are creating fan art of Saeris and Kingfisher. They are making aesthetic edits with moody music and forge imagery. They are writing theories about the Quicksilver and what it truly is. They are debating character motivations. They are sharing their favorite quotes. The community aspect of loving this book has become its own experience. Let me make this very clear. If you enjoy any of the following, Quicksilver is for you. If you loved A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, you will love this book. It has the same Fae world energy, the same epic romance, and the same addictive quality. But it has a more unique magic system and a grittier tone. If you loved Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, you will love this book. It has the same fast pacing, the same enemies to lovers' tension, and the same spice level. But instead of dragons, you get alchemy and Quicksilver. If you loved From Blood and Ash by Jennifer Armentrout, you will love this book. It has the same mystery around the heroine's true identity, the same dangerous male lead, and the same plot twists that leave you gasping. If you loved The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent, you will love this book. It has the same reluctant allies dynamic, the same slow build romance, and the same emotional depth. And if you have never read Romantasy before, Quicksilver is actually a fantastic entry point. It is accessible. It does not require knowledge of a massive, pre-existing universe. The world is introduced naturally. The characters are easy to connect with. And the story hooks you from the very first chapter. This book is for anyone who wants romance with substance, magic with originality, characters with depth, and a story that stays with you long after you finish the last page. Quicksilver is just the beginning. It is the first book in the Fae and Alchemy series, and based on everything set up in this first book, the series has the potential to be absolutely massive. The ending of Quicksilver is not a cliffhanger in the traditional sense, but it leaves so many questions unanswered. Questions about the Quicksilver and what it truly is. Questions about Saeris and her origins. Questions about Kingfisher and his past. Questions about the larger political landscape and the forces that are moving behind the scenes. The world that Callie Hart has built is rich enough to sustain multiple books. There are factions and alliances that have barely been explored. There are characters whose stories have only just begun. There are mysteries that go deeper than anything revealed in the first book. And the romance between Saeris and Kingfisher is far from over. Their journey has only just started. The trust they have built is fragile. The challenges they will face are enormous, and the emotional stakes are only going to get higher. If Callie Hart continues at this level of quality, the Fae and Alchemy series could genuinely become one of the defining Romantasy series of this generation. The foundation is that strong. So here is my final take on Quicksilver. This book earned its hype. It is not viral because of marketing. It is not viral because of algorithms. It is viral because readers genuinely cannot stop talking about it. Because it makes them feel something. Because it gives them characters they fall in love with. Because it builds a world they want to live in. because it tells a story they cannot forget. Quicksilver is original, it is emotional, it is addictive, it is spicy, it is beautifully written, and it is only the beginning of what promises to be an incredible series. Now I want to hear from you. Have you read Quicksilver? If you have, tell me your favorite moment without spoilers. Tell me whether you are Team Kingfisher or Team Carrie and Swift. Tell me what you think the Quicksilver truly is. And if you have not read it yet, tell me what part of this breakdown made you want to pick it up. The romance, the alchemy, the characters, the spice? Drop your answer in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive, like this video, share it with your book-loving friends, and subscribe for more detailed book breakdowns. I cover the biggest books in romantasy, dark romance, fantasy, and BookTok trends. And one last warning. Once you start Quicksilver, there is no going back. This book will get inside your head. It will make you feel things you did not expect, and it will leave you desperate for more. You have been warned. Happy reading, everyone. I will see you in the next one.